Hello, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. Okay, let's talk about what's been happening in the forex markets for a little while. I've been tracking strengthening Euro and British pound for a while. Everything started to to descend, and here's why. So we're looking at the DXY, which is the US dollar index. If I was to show you how this was strengthening, um, as you can see right here in the last few days. This is really important to understand. So if you do a 1 month, you can see it's starting to move 101 to 102. And this is going to have a big effect on international markets. So when you look at, let me go over the 5 year here. This is really important to understand is that when everything was starting to decline in 2022, the US dollar did quite well. You can see during this phase here, this was the de-dollarization and news of it. But look what's happening again here. And if I go over to the 5 day, you can see it's starting to rise. So that's the DXY dollar index. So if you're looking for a potential safe haven, you might want to just park whatever you can in here and do less trading, and you'll do better and just, go off for the summer and fish or whatever you do. So let me show you this in Market Watch. All right, so we're in Market Watch right now. Let's take a look at gold because that's what everyone's saying, that gold is the place to be. You can see here on the 3 month, yes, correct, it was up 7.4%, but gold over the last month has been down, and it's probably going to decline now because of the strengthening US dollar. So here, the British pound was doing pretty well, 3.22. 3 month, and then 1 month 0.27, and it started to really decline as the US dollar started to strengthen. So that's another one with the British pound. The other one is the euro. So with the euro, you can see the same pattern happening here. Remember, these are the largest currencies out there. Negative 150, negative 1.28 over the last month, and they were all fairly positive as well. Now, here is the yen as well. Same thing. Decline's not as much, but still you can see that trend right here on the 1 month at negative 1.4. And it's been declining pretty well all year this year. Meanwhile, though, you go over to the DXY, and here you go. Let me just find it here, right here, this one. Okay, if it works. So is this our DXY? So looks like our performance has flipped here, but here intraday it's gone positive. I don't know why this is not updating as it should. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's positive. Yeah, so that's all positive. 1.47, 5 day 1.14 for the month. Now, when you go back into Trading View, you can see those trends here. Okay, so if I was to show you, let me do probably a 4 hour might be good. Yeah, actually, let me go. Yeah, let me go back to 1 hour. So you can see that it's starting to strengthen. Well, yeah, I guess maybe I should go micro. 15-minute may do it. Yeah, so you can see it's starting to strengthen there. And that's all the way back since May 8th. Let's see the monthly. Let's see here, May 3rd. And I don't know if this is a volatile trade or unpredictable, but it's an interesting one to watch. So when you compare that to Euro USD, you'll see this pattern, and it's really important to see this. So you can see here, so right here it's now negative 0.54. Meanwhile, the DXY is up 0.49. And if I add also the British pound as well, it's pretty well the start of something negative here. So the British pound is not as strong as a DXY. So this may start to flip long term. I can't say. What I find very interesting is how is the US dollar strengthening leading into this debt ceiling crisis, potential default, potential just political calamity within the US, and the dollar strengthening? That doesn't make sense to me. So I don't know long term how that's going to happen, but it's just, I'll just add one more, the USD Japanese yen. It just doesn't make sense to me because when I do my scans on the forex, everything's in US dollars, so you won't see these trends because I don't have the index here, DXY. That's being on a WANDA, so you'll be blind to that. So let me just put in the USD Japanese yen here. So actually, USD Japanese yen's up. Let me just do a 5-day comparison here. So potentially, I think this is going to be, if that's the case on the yen and the US dollar does suffer because of this default crisis thing, be on the lookout for the USD Japanese yen to start to strengthen. These ones I can't say on the pound and the euro against the US dollar, but this may strengthen if things get really bad. Because if you look at on a 5-year, you can see here that the USD Japanese yen has outperformed pretty well everything else over 5 years. But if you look at a 1 year, DXY has kind of suffered so far, but over the last week or so, or last month, DXY has outperformed. So this is just a planning as this potential default may come around. Now, let me clear off all this stuff here and just show you what pair. The only pair that came up on my Awanda scan was British pound against the Singapore dollar. So this was the only one that showed any strength whatsoever on the 5-day. You can see here on the 1-day, there is some strength there, but that's the only one that my scan's going, yeah, this is doing okay. Long term, you got the euro, Turkish lira, but there's an election tomorrow, so that may start to reverse the lira. So who knows where that goes. But that's the plan of action I'm starting to think when it comes to the default. The DXY is strengthening. That could be long term. It really comes back to what happens come towards 1st of June on the U.S. default negotiation. And as a backup, as I showed you, maybe the U.S. dollar against the Japanese yen may be the place. Because I have also ETFs that are showing shorts for the yen to lead the way of all the sectors out there, with the exception of a few sectors in the U.S. Stock market ETFs. So I'm going to show that in another stream. Anyway, so that's about it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.